Okay. So outside of the football, you know what I'm saying, college is a institution of education. So what was you studying? What was you majoring in? And where has that led you to today?
I graduated my master's in forensic psychology.
I thought you was finna say forensic. What's the police when they do the crime scenes and stuff? I thought forensic. Some forensic like that.
Criminal forensic, something like that.
So forensic psychology. Explain to me what that is.
So forensic psychology is like the study of it's the study of like the mind, like the criminal mind. But that's criminal psychology. So forensic psychology more so like serial killer though. You get what I'm saying? So it started off that way. So I got into it because I had asked a question when I was watching a documentary. You get what I'm saying? That's a random documentary on YouTube. Like, what would make this person do this? You get what I'm saying? And so from there, just me being curious, I started researching more into it. And it's like, I feel like this is something I enjoy learning about. You know what I'm saying? And so after I started learning about it, I learned that a lot of traumatic events that led people to be serial killers usually started in their childhood, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I look around, it's kind of like sometimes that'll be glorified though.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's glorified. Even so much, I know it probably don't be popular to say, but it's serial killers that we know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
They just using the tools.
Yeah.
They catching bodies, this many bodies. I mean, that's not normal though. You know what I'm saying? That's not a natural thing for us to think. When you're a baby don't come out a serial killer. You get what I'm saying? A baby comes out.
Or to even, you know what I'm saying, do something like that and then, you know what I'm saying, go eat dinner with your family. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? That's something. So I became curious around like what would make somebody do that. I always say curiosity is the foundation of learning for real. Though.
Exactly. I understand.
So it's like, man, like just trying to check that out though. So.
Okay. So with you being a major in forensic psychology, and I just gotta ask this because you probably already knew about like the Jeffrey Dahmers and stuff like that. So when you sit down and see these type of publications or TV shows, are you over analyzing it? Like, man, ooh, he this, he that, or even when you just may know somebody in the neighborhood that may be in that certain circle, do you over analyze everything? Like, man, he probably had this, or I've seen him growing up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had his mother and his father. Is that something you over analyzing things now that you a major in that field?
Yeah, in a way I do, cause it's kind of like I know it's factors that come with that though. It's like what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? That'll make somebody have like this mind of wanting to do that though. For real though. And it's like that's why I want to work with the youth though. You know what I'm saying? To catch that.
Okay.
Before I get farther, I feel like if it could be prevented, or at least try to help them out though. You know what I'm saying? Then that'd be helpful though.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Okay. So so did you graduate college? Did you finish? You got everything that you went for? Okay. So now that you done with college, right out of college, did you immediately start working with the youth, or what was that? Did you go straight into a specific job in your area? What was right after college like? Man,
right after college, so this, like what I was saying earlier, like it was an adjustment. Like I don't think people really, if you didn't play college football or any college sport, you get what I'm saying, that the transition from college to real life is different, bro. I'm telling you, like real life, bro, like it's a hard thing, cause it's like if I'm doing something all my life, that's all I know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then you hand me a piece of paper and tell me go ahead and go and live life.
Right.
I never had a job before. I don't know how to interview. I don't know how to pay bills. So it's an adjustment. Now I got to catch on to things. And so I get confused because I'm so used to having a mindset of like doing things a certain way. And so it's like, all right, it's a confusion of people I know people that went into depression. I was one. You get what I'm saying? Like,
it kind of sound like how like people be when they come home from the army, you know what I'm saying? When they was in ROTC, all high school, then they went to Navy or Army or something, then went to overseas, then they come back home and they kind of like they don't know, feel like what to do. So right after college, what was your first job then, and what was that experience like?
My first job, I was a carpet salesman, man, at Empire. Oh, yeah. I worked there for about a month. I figured that wasn't me for real early. Then after that, I was a bouncer at this club
I can see that.
Up north, I was there for a little bit. I had fun up there. Then from there, I did armed security at this school. And after that, I started working for a juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started getting to school. So because I was in school and I wanted to work directly with that type of population, I started working with a juvenile. I stayed there for 3 years. Then from there, I was a group therapist. I was a group therapist with this company, Children's Home and Aid, and we'd go around all the CPS schools talking to the kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm here.
Okay. So before we get into the youth, let me just ask you about your security guard and bouncer career. What was that like? What was that experience like? Because I always used to be like, man, I don't know if I could do it, because if it's a certain type of situation going on, I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So what was that experience? Did you ever have to deal with any tricky situations, or was it for the most part, you know what I'm saying, people was cool?
I mean, it was cool for the most part, but it would be some people who would try though. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If you look like, you feel me?
Some people just don't care about
some
nothing.
People
they
just
don't care about how big
it.
you is, and
none
you got
of
a blick, none of that. So
none of that. Yeah, me personally, I ain't never been through it, but I wasn't gonna put myself in nothing like that anyway.
Yeah.
If you came with a blick, I'm cool. You got it.
Yeah.
No,
I just had to ask
good.
that, in Chicago, you hear a lot of stories about security guards, you know what I'm saying, going above and beyond. Sometimes they even lose their life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I ain't one of those.
That's just something I always thought about it, because I consider, you know what I'm saying, being security, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But just as me, as far as putting my life on the line for the public at large, you know what I'm saying, for a party, I'm running with y'all, man. You know
I'm telling you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.